My name is Chris. Today I'm doing Leetcode problem 1893. Check if all the integers in a range are covered. So basically you're given these three variables, ranges, left and right. And so if we imagine this is our target range, right? So 2 through 5. So what we're doing is we're checking to see, and these are each a range, 1 through 2, 3 through 4, 5 through 6. It's kind of a lame example because, you know, they're only one apart, but there's test cases where they're not. So what we need to do is we need to say, okay, this is our starting point, this is our end point, so these are our numbers, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need to check and see if each of these numbers are covered in each of these if each of these numbers are covered in one of these ranges. If they're all covered, we return true. So 2 is covered in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is covered in 3 and 4, and then 5 is covered in 5 and 6. So this is true, right? So here we have left and right is 21. So really we just need to find 21. Well, that doesn't exist in either of these ranges, so this is false. This is our task. So let's grab these variables. Move on over to code pen. Let's paste the variables into here. And let's create our function. Call it func. And we're going to create a variable called nums. For now, we're going to return nums. Let's log into the console. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create a for loop. What this is going to do is it's going to count up from 2 to 5, and then we're going to push each one of those into nums. So we have an array full of the numbers that we're trying to find, right? So we're going to say let I equal left if I is less than or equal to right I plus plus. So now if we push into nums I, if we've got a return statement here, we see 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's what we're looking for. All right, now we need a nested for loop to loop through ranges. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to each range, and we're going to count up from the first number to the last. And we're going to say if that exists in nums, we're going to use splice to remove it from nums. And then at the very end, what we do is we check to see if nums.length equals 0. Right now it doesn't, so we get false. But at the end of this nested for loop, we should see true. So for let I equal ranges dot length. If I is less than, what am I doing here? Sorry, thinking ahead of myself. Ranges dot length I plus plus, and then here we're going to say for let j equal the first number in each one of these ranges. So we're going to say ranges at I at 0. I do that all the time. J is less than or equal to ranges at I at 1, j plus plus. Now if we console.log this, console.log j, you should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So let's say hypothetically this was 10. Now we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's just not just the numbers there. So we're getting all the numbers in between too. That's what we're trying to do. And then here we can just do an if statement that says if nums that includes j, if that equals true, we're going to create an index. We're going to set that to nums dot index of j. And then we can say nums dot splice from index of one element. And now we get true. So what we're doing here is we're just saying if nums includes j, right? And actually, let me try something. I don't even think we need this. I always forget when we need that, when we don't. When we don't, yeah, I figured that. Then we set an index, and we use the index of j method on nums, and that's going to give us our index. And then splice is going to remove whatever element is at this position, and this is going to remove the number of elements following that position. So it just removes one. So that's going to slowly remove, you know, and we can kind of watch this happening too if you want to see this. Console.log nums, right? Oh, well, it originally is 2, 3, 4, 5, but because I put it after the splice, we get 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, you know, and nothing. All right, so let's grab all this. Let's move. Well, let's go back to Leetcode. Paste it in, format our code, and submit. There you go. All right, hopefully you found this video enjoyable and helpful. If you did, please give it a like. It helps my channel to grow. If you'd like to see more like these, please like and subscribe my channel. It helps it to grow. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again real soon.